Okay, so before we do this next part, see how dirty my hands are? I want to go ahead and use my baby wipe. Get one out here. I'm going to come around and bring these to you while you're working on cutting out your polar bear. And you're going to wipe off your hands really, really good because this next part, you need to try to keep your paper kind of clean. If you have all this chalk pastel on your fingers, it'll be hard to keep it clean. Look at all that nasty stuff that was on my hands. It's not really nasty, it's just chalk, and so it gets everywhere. It's really not nasty. Okay, so my hands are better than they were. They're not perfect, but they're better. And I have cut out my polar bear. So you can see, oh, I think he looks so cute. And the next thing we're going to do is pick a color for our background. So I've got lots of paper here. And you just pick which color you want. You could do a daytime polar bear and use orange or yellow or light blue. I love the color purple, so I think I'm going to choose purple. Now, you're also going to have, we're about to do some gluing. So you're going to have a little white sheet of paper like this that you're going to glue down on the bottom. Now, if you want to get artsy and you don't want this edge to be straight, one thing that I love to do is I love to take it and just tear it a little bit. And now it looks sort of like snow. So what I'm going to do is take my glue stick. I like to glue around the edge. See, it's like I'm tracing the border of my paper. Glue around the edge like this. And then I'm going to put a big X through the middle. And then I'm going to glue it on. So you can see where my glue is. I'm gluing it to the bottom. It looks like I'm gluing it to the top, but that is because my computer is not turned around. So I'm going to glue it very neatly to the bottom right there. And hopefully if I cleaned my hands real good, then I won't have any chalk on my snow. If it gets on there, that's okay. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some snowflakes onto the purple part because this is the sky. Once I finish adding my snowflakes, then I am going to glue my polar bear on. And so then your project will look kind of like this. So let me finish my snowflakes. So I'm going to take my white chalk again. And I like doing just like little circles. I think that looks good. I might get fancy and do some little lines like this. I might draw some lines to show movement, make it look like the wind is blowing. A lot of this will be behind my polar bear, so you know, he's going to cover up a lot of your space. All right, so I'm just doing a few more of these, and then I'm going to glue him on. Now, he will cover up a lot of this, but that's okay. So last thing that I'm going to do, so I'm going to take my polar bear. I want to be very careful with him. I don't want to get the chalk everywhere. So I'm going to move this piece out of the way. Move it over to the side. I'm going to take my polar bear, flip him over to the back. I'm going to do the same thing I just did. I'm going to trace him with glue around the edge. Put a little bit on his ear there. Trace around his head, around the edge, a little bit on his ear. Trace him over here. Trace him over here. And then a big X right through his back, right there. All right. And now let me turn this over. Let's see, my chalk is on the table. That's okay. Now I'm going to take my polar bear and I'm going to put the bottom of him all the way down to the bottom of my paper. Okay. And I'm just going to very neatly and carefully press him down. Okay. Then with my chalk, I'm going to add a few more snowflakes because too many of them got covered up by my big old fat polar bear. And then I think I'm done. So let me show you my final product. Look how cute. These are going to be amazing. Okay, let's get to work.